I remember just now for the third attempt, as I was sitting out here, I heard in my mind Tupac Shakur's song Smile. And as it starts in the intro, he says, there are going to be some things that you see that's going to make it kind of hard to smile. And everything coincides to the theme of 2020. We've had examples of nature trying to reclaim itself. We've had economic uncertainties play out, and certain demographics feel the effect like a person casting a stone inside a fountain. And then with that being said, I echoed, this is the season of the ant and the grasshopper. The synchronicity of it all. But you know what, fam? It's still an opportunity to take note. There's still opportunity to define your legacy. And I know some of y'all like, man, I ain't got time to talk about no legacy right now. I got a light bill that's due. I got rent that's due. I got uncertainty about my livelihood because there's a job that's acting like it's a short in it. Just know, fam, this is nothing but a test. And what is being offered to you, if you're willing to take heed, will fortify your insight. Because the one thing about history, the Most High, He uses it. He gives everybody free will. And without having to physically say it, He illustrates it through events, cause and effect. He conveys the same thing. Do you understand what is being shown? Doesn't matter what your position is. Do you acknowledge what you see? Because what you see will be a mirror reflection of what's found in your perception, what may be inside your heart that may require change. That beautiful word, change. You don't need permission. You don't need clout. You don't need validation. Those are linchpin words, emotional triggers to validate the insecurity so they stick around longer than it has to be. But then when you look at those same words and you base those same words on your environment, your circle, the people that have access to your life, do you like what you see? Because they're a mirror representation of what's found here. And what's found here is orchestrated here, not from right here. But there's still a choice. I think if anything, 2020 has been a year that you don't sweat the small stuff. You acknowledge the things that matter, even if it requires rolling up your sleeves. If it requires you to be silent. If it means to ground your feet. You give it its respect. Because those will be the keys that will unlock not only the other side of your life, but will actually reveal the person that you are and have been all along. Who am I talking to? Family, where there's countless examples of what not to do. There are countless illustrations of fear. There are countless representations of I need some help because I don't have a relationship with the person that matters most within. So when I put that video out last week, I wonder what 6 months will look like. Those were little insights to the intended heart, intended mind on what you're going to do. What is the call? Will you listen? Or are you going to repeat the same cycle that you were in 365 days prior? Now, be mindful for this. We have commercialized what is deemed spiritual because there's always going to be an attack on what's blessed. Why? Because the devil's work is never done. And he will use influence and every means to keep you enslaved and empowered. But no person knoweth the moment they'll take their last breath. And the sole reason for that, you must shoulder the responsibility of what your life means. Yes, I understand how your origin may have come. It wasn't out of something that Disney may have orchestrated. The plight may have seemed dim, but guess what? As you grow, the stronger your intent, the stronger your foundation. You ain't got to convince me. It's found right here. You feel it. Feel it here too, don't you? It's frustrating because you want to go forth, but you're feeling that you won't have support. You're feeling like you're alienated. You're not alienated. You never was. So what is it going to take? I'll tell you what it's going to take. It's going to take acceptance, accountability, acknowledgement, belief. You can't believe in yourself. How can you believe in your environment? How can you expect to grow if you don't nurture? The best way to nurture is to be still. We live in a world of duality, and it is being painfully illustrated that they are playing chess while the distracted are playing checkers. Queens, what do you think I'm about to tell you right now? You are the nurturers. Kings, it's time for you to take your rightful place. Don't do what is popular. Do what is needed. Because trust and believe when I convey this to you, those who look like you and those who don't, they are banking that you'll do nothing. You do have a last name. How much is it worth? If you're measuring your longevity based off of the hue of your skin or the curves of your body, you have been misguided. The best you have yet to come. So why are you worrying about what you do not have. You do not have because you have yet to prepare for it. Who am I talking to? If you just take what I've conveyed through the years, you can't go wrong. But the reality is, anything that is made up of your environment that does not have your best interest will fall from you. It's not blessed. It never was. I want you to win. I want you to have peace of mind. I want you to be able to speak your truth. I want you to know what your foundation is all about. But guess where all that is found at? It's found in the reflection that meets you every day when you wake up. Because that is validation in itself. You have work to do. Nobody's going to do your work. It's not their legacy, it's yours. When you're worrying about somebody that don't see your worth, congratulate them. Get them out of your life because they're occupying mental real estate. And they didn't deserve to have the ability to hear you breathe in the first place. And I'm not being stark, I'm not being mean, but I'm being real. Queen. Unless you have the agenda of staying where you are, your life, your last name will change. That is part of your legacy, unless you choose to sabotage it. At a minimum, think about the people that are waiting and relying on the decisions that you're going to make that will be left behind when you're gone. Social media cannot fulfill the emptiness that's in your spirit. No clicks, likes can make you feel whole. But it can when you decide to see your value, see your worth, and do something maybe you've never done before, and that is unconditionally love yourself. You are the masterpiece. Every puzzle piece that's called growth will fall in place. You know why? Because you're blessed.